I'm speaking here on behalf of the Community Preservation Committee, which in April 2010 sponsored a town meeting warrant article for the restoration of the beautiful old building behind us, now the proud home of the Chelmsford Center for the Arts. As we look around at our historic town center, one can appreciate the impact that Community Preservation Fund has had in making it an increasingly beautiful place. Looking up across the street that way, one can see the 1876 Howard clock, which is the town clock, residing in the lovingly restored steeple of First Parish Unitarian Universalist Church. Community Preservation Act funding, along with funding from the church, made the restoration possible. The 1802 schoolhouse, a quaint one-room schoolhouse in its original location, perched on the edge of Forefathers Cemetery, will soon be restored thanks to the Community Preservation Fund. The Forefathers Cemetery will soon be restored also with the Community Preservation Funds in the landmark, getting lost here. The Middlesex Canal Toll House across from us, once situated at the end of the Middlesex Canal as it entered the Merrimack River, will also soon be restored with CPA funds. In fact, over $9 million has been spent on CPA projects in Chelmsford, ranging from big things like the acquisition of the 25-acre Sunny Meadow Farm, the purchase of the Pond Street Beach on Hart Pond next to the Freeman Rail Trail, providing seed and supplemental funding that led to the creation of well over 100 units of elderly, family, veteran, and special needs affordable housing, restoration funding for the historic Garrison House and Barrett Byam House, and also many small things like funding for Eagle Scout projects that improve our town's many open space parcels. Projects like a handicap-accessible community garden by Troop 70, a town tree nursery by Troop 74, and a bicycle repair station by Troop 77, to name just a few. By far, the largest use of CPA funds has been used for the restoration of not one, but two historic town halls. The town meeting vote in 2010 approved spending $2.56 million to renovate Center Town Hall and $2.85 million to restore the North Town Hall, which has sat vacant and unused since 1981, and now will be returned into active use for community center with an after-school program. Both buildings will now have full access for the disabled with elevator access to all floors. Some of these projects, certainly the large projects, would not have been possible without Community Preservation Act funding. Money for what is viewed as non-essentials is simply too difficult to find in the town's exceedingly tight budget. However, thanks to the wisdom and forward-looking vision of the Chelmsford voter, the Community Preservation Act was not only passed in Chelmsford in 2001, but the surcharge increased in 2007 at the ballot box. The result is a Chelmsford with more permanently protected open space than ever before, more units of affordable housing for our senior citizens, our veterans, our disabled, and our families, and a town whose historic town halls are flourishing and being used for community purposes. The building behind me served as Chelmsford's town hall from when it was built in 1879 for a cost of $7,000 to 1981 when the town offices at 50 Billrica Road became available. During that time, it was repartitioned and renovated many times as town functions changed and grew to accommodate Chelmsford's rapidly growing population. Since 1981, it has served many different purposes, from being used as a recreation center to being leased out for office space, as a charter school, and most recently as the Chelmsford Center for the Arts. Under the direction of the innovative and resourceful Susan Gates, the CCA will have a long and bright future serving as a cultural center for the town. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. What a difference a year makes. This time last year, if you looked across the street, you would have seen a weathered and battered old flagpole, incapable of supporting Old Glory. Today you see a beautiful new flagpole that proudly stands as the standard bearer for the symbol of our great nation. Last year, the clock in the town center looked mottled as it stood silent and indicated the correct time only twice a day. Now it is fully restored. It looks brand new and announces every hour with the clarion call of its glorious bell. This time last year, you would have seen the old town hall as a mere shadow of its former greatness. The interior appeared as tired and neglected as its chipped and flaking exterior paint. Look what has transpired in a single year. Today we celebrate the reopening of this historic building, renamed as the Chelmsford Center for the Arts, so let's not refer to it as Old Town Hall anymore. In 1879, citizens and town leaders stood at this site to celebrate the opening of a beautiful town hall. This building represented both a fine example of the architecture of the era, as well as serving as the new seat of town government. This was a major accomplishment in the history of Chelmsford. Chelmsford would no longer conduct municipal business in the First Parish Church because it now had a building solely dedicated to the governance of our town. I can only imagine that the sense of pride that those people felt on that date is comparable to the pride we all feel today. This building has always been more than a municipal project. This has been a community effort that started with Chelmsford citizens who had a vision of establishing a center for the arts. It has truly been a cooperative and collaborative endeavor. There are many people who helped make this event a reality, and the list is too long for me to repeat, and I fear that I might omit some, and I would hate to do that. Suffice it to say that this project would not have been possible without the support of countless town officials and volunteers. I would specifically like to acknowledge the town meeting representatives, the Community Preservation Fund Committee, and the Permanent Building Committee for helping support and fund this project. Also, thanks to all of the individuals who raised funds and made private donations to enhance this Center for the Arts. This has always been less of a municipal project than a labor of love. Those who have donated countless hours in the planning, permitting, and supervision of this project are owed our appreciation and gratitude. But their real reward is seeing that this vision has become a reality. As impressive as this building appears today, it will look even better when the unsightly telephone poles and lines are removed as part of an ongoing project to depress these utilities. If all goes as planned, this will be accomplished in the near future so that the original beauty and majesty of this building can be fully appreciated without the presence of those ugly modern contrivances. I hope that soon we will be able to take pictures of this building from the Common that reflect the original 1879 charm of the setting without poles and utility lines detracting from the image. In these difficult financial times, one of the first cuts that are made by many school departments is in the arts programs. Today, Chelmsford is making a statement. We have built a Center for the Arts that will be a source of pride for our town and citizens for generations. This building signifies that Chelmsford recognizes the importance that art provides to the establishment and maintenance of a vibrant community. It is a symbol that we value and will actively support the arts. We now have a top-notch facility for art shows, performances, and social events. This is a great day for Chelmsford and our citizens. Today we celebrate all that is good and great in our town. This project will also serve to show what a town can accomplish if there is vision, commitment, dedication, hard work, and cooperation. Our town motto is, "Let the children guard what the sires have won." Perhaps today it is more fitting if we say, "Let the children restore what the sires have built." Thank you.
Thanks, John. My name is Pat Maloney. I don't have anything prepared, so I'm just going to kind of wing it here. But what a great day for Chelmsford, really. I think back over the last 10 years and all the projects that I've been involved in and what we've been able to accomplish as a community over those 10 years, even during the times of economic adversity. you know, we've taken this building, we've taken North Town Hall, and we've rehabilitated them and provided them for new uses. We've reinvented them. Chelmsford has a knack for doing that too, and I can't be prouder of this town for being able to do that and look forward and have the vision to do projects like this. So it's really humbling for me to think where we've come from just over the past 10 years and how we've come far along. So with that, I want to just thank a couple of people that didn't get a chance to thoroughly thank earlier. Our project manager from Vertex Construction Services. He was mentioned earlier. Kevin's out here now. So Kevin, if you put your arm up and couldn't have done it without Kevin. He's become even though he's from Bill Rickett, he's a part of it. And he'll be the first to admit it. So we're proud to have him, and thank you, Kevin, for your service. Bogman Hendry and Archetype were our architects, and the principal architect was Tom Scarlotta. Tom, thank you very much for all your service. The woman with the same firm, Bogman Hendry and Archetype, was Jen Hockerman, and she did the yeoman's work here. And what a pleasure it was to work with somebody that was so detailed and wanted the best for our town as well as us. So Jen, if you just throw your arm up over there. Without these people, this project would not have been the success it is today. So I don't have many other things. Gary Persichetti, obviously, great guy to work with. And Susan and I spent a frustrating day over here, and many a frustrating afternoon, but this makes it all worth it. And so for Susan's vision and revision and all her hard work, thank you, Susan. And with that, I'll turn it over. And thank you. Congratulations, Chelmsford.
So thank you, Pat, to our other speakers, Paul, Bob, and John. When I spoke with Susan about how things were going to go this afternoon, all she kept saying over and over and over is all she wanted to do was to cut that ribbon, open the door, and let people in. So I'm not going to make her wait any longer. Let's have our ribbon cutting.
Other side.
Yes. Somebody moved. Yep.
So on the behalf of the CCA, we invite you all inside for a look around. In a few minutes, we'll have a ceremonial ribbon cutting at the front entrance on the second floor. Thank you very much.